Hey. Oh, no, right there. I'm right here. There we go. Hello. How are you?
Yeah.
So I was.
Make you feel like
It was a lot of. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to January 14, 2025 school board meeting. I do want to open with a quick statement. On behalf of our board president, Mr. Magallanes, he would like for me to express his sincere apology for his absence this evening. He had to undergo emergency surgery this past weekend. So tonight we come together as a community committed to the success of our schools and the future of our students. Please note that our agenda reflects our shared priorities, ensuring high-quality education, supporting our educators, fostering innovation, and creating equitable opportunities for every learner. As we begin 2025, let us remain focused on collaboration and thoughtful dialogue, knowing that every decision we make impacts the lives of our students and the vitality of our community. On behalf of our board president, Mr. Magallanes, I extend our gratitude to everyone here for your dedication and engagement. Together, we are shaping a bright future for our district. Let us move forward with purpose and a shared vision for success. Thank you. So I will open this meeting at 6:02 p.m. We will have an invocation from student Leia, I'm sorry, I apologize. And then the flag salute will be from West Covina High School. If you could please stand.
As we gather here today to guide the minds of youth sway, we seek wisdom, clear and bright, to shape our future, shining light. May our words be just and true for every student, old and new. Thank you.
Thank you. That was lovely. And then in West Covina, Dr. Parks.
Thank you for this opportunity to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Just want to introduce our students. We have Chris Tam, he's a senior and president of Link Crew and Homecoming King. We have Angelina Aguero, she's a junior and president of Athletic Leadership Council. We have Leo Huang, she's a junior and president of Renaissance, and Sabrina Ayala, vice president of ASB and Homecoming Queen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Kelly, roll call, please. Marianas. Dr. Lopez. Present.
Howard.
Here.
Ms. Miranda Jimenez.
Here.
Ms. Valenzuela.
Here.
Ms. Basin. Here. Mr. Martinez Cavazos.
Here.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Here.
Dr. Flores.
Thank you. Being there is nothing to report from closed session this evening, we will move to presentations. Dr. Flores.
I've said it so many times that one of the best things about West Covina is that our school district is supported by so many people in our community who do so much. And tonight, we have the honor of recognizing them for all they do to support our students and our families. And so at this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ms. Knudsen.
Thank you, Dr. Flores. As you mentioned, I've been here over the years, and every year we're just so pleased with all of the generosity and support that our community members give to our families and students. And this year it was just beyond. We were just so appreciative. So at this time, I'd like to invite the board to come down and take a seat over here in the front, because we're going to have quite a few photo opportunities tonight, and this will give you an opportunity to easily move back and forward. So we could do that. And then I'd like to invite Dr. Rose up. He oversees, our Director of Student Services, who oversees the many programs that our community supported this holiday season.
Thank you, Ms. Knudsen. And good evening, Clerk Dr. Lopez, Board of Education, Dr. Flores, Cabinet, and distinguished guests that we have this evening. Tonight is truly a celebration to recognize all the amazing individuals and organizations we have here in West Covina. Each year, our community steps up to support hundreds of West Covina Unified School District students and families, and this year, they exceeded all our expectations. Before I begin, I want to first have our foster and homeless liaison, Ms. Michelle Castillo, come up. Michelle is truly the one who orchestrates all of these amazing partnerships that we have, and I want to give her a special thank you for all her hard work. Let's give her a round of applause. Also, before we begin to recognize everyone, I want to talk about the setup this evening. So the way it's going to work is I'll announce the organization and the individuals that we have. I'm going to ask that you stand on the left side of me at that time while I say a few words. Once I'm done, I'm going to ask that we step out, and any other members of your organization can then step forward and you'll take pictures with our amazing Board of Education. All righty? Okay, well, let's begin. So our first organization we would like to recognize this evening is West Covina the Beautiful and West Covina Elks Club, with Ms. Colleen Rosati, Angelica Virgin, and Carlos Virgin. Please step forward. So we want to say thank you for the amazing generosity that these two clubs have provided us. This year, they provided us 6 holiday dinners that filled our families with homes with joy and gratitude for the holidays. Their ongoing kindness brought smiles and connections to our students and their loved ones, and we are very thankful. Thank you so much. Your first photo up.
Right here, Miss Colleen. Why don't we back a little bit? Very nice, thank you, thank you. Hugs all around. Hi, how are you? All right, go here. Faces right here.
Me first.
1, 2, 3.
One, two, three. Big smile.
Thank you. Take a quick second. I am a bulldog. I work at West Covina High School. Yay, go Bulldog! And I have a couple of my students here with me tonight. Oh, let's see. Hillary Aliso, and then Alyssa Ng was supposed to be here. Maybe she didn't make it. Both of them are seniors at West Covina High School. Excuse me, at West Covina High School, and I'm so proud to have them as part of our youth council. They've been with us for the last year and a half, and they make a big difference. All of these kids that are part of the Elks, the Virgin Girls and the other little Elk out, are future leaders. We're talking school board members, possibly the mayor of West Covina. Future teachers. Anyway, so proud. Watch these kids. They're on the fast track to make a difference. Thank you for acknowledging us. We sincerely appreciate it. Always our pleasure to help wherever we can. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the Federated East Valley Women's Club. So with Pat Orchard, Rosie Gaither, Sylvia Rueff, and Beverly Wood, please come forward. Okay. Well, we want to thank this organization for the 13 suitcases and 4 travel bags that made such a meaningful difference to our students. The smiles from our students reflected the sense of care and dignity your gifts provided them. We appreciate your ongoing support, especially during the holidays. Thank you so much. 37, excuse me, I'm so sorry, 37 suitcases, excuse me.
Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do this? What happened?
I just like,
My turn. I'm sorry. Big smiles.
I'd just like to take just a moment to thank all of you for recognizing our efforts. We don't do it to be recognized, we do it to fill a need, and we were very touched by the program that came up about providing the suitcases for these foster children who oftentimes are carrying their belongings around in a paper bag. And we were just very moved by that, and we were happy to be able to afford and find such good quality suitcases that we were able to turn into gifts for your district. My name's Pat Huffman and I'm president, and we're just very pleased to be here.
Okay, next we're going to recognize the Greater San Gabriel Valley Rotary Club. And although they are not here this evening, we have a special message from Luann Arredondo, their club president, and Ms. Monica Kelly is going to read that message.
Good evening, parents, student representatives, staff, and esteemed board. I apologize that I am not able, as chair of the event, to attend tonight's board meeting. West Covina Unified is a fan favorite in our household and within our club, not just because of the exceptional work of the educators, but because of the long-term commitment to ensuring our youth and families have access to resources to meet their needs in and outside the classroom. Thank you so much for the opportunity to participate in an event that bridges gaps and creates a safety net for those most vulnerable. We want to thank Michelle Castillo, LCSW Clinical School Social Worker, Foster and Homeless Youth Liaison, for all her hard work coordinating the event. We were happy to work with Federated East Valley Women's Club, who brought suitcases, and all the volunteers that helped the day of the event. After the event, extra toys, gifts were dropped off at Serenity House, YWCA, Upland Pacific Community Center, Chino Women's Rehab Center, and 2 shelters for women and children exposed to domestic violence. The impact of the program is felt across city boundaries. In closing, I just want to say that it is true when they say it takes a village to raise a child. I, for one, am honored and blessed to be part of the West Covina Unified School District Village. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve. I truly hope to see you all soon. Until then, stay blessed, and please let us know if there is anything else we can do to assist. Hugs and love, Mama Lou.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. And next we have Janet Anderson from CSCA, if she can stand forward. I know there's a number of members. We'll have you all come forward in just a minute. Okay, So to CSCA, your food and gift donation truly captured our holiday spirit. Your thoughtfulness and generosity brought joy and smiles to the students and families you supported, and our community is truly a better place because of your ongoing thoughtfulness. We appreciate all you do, especially during this holiday season. Thank you so much. CSCA members, moving forward.
Couple more. 1, 2, 3. Big smile.
Thank you. And next we have Wendy Saavedra from Assemblywoman Blanca Rubio's office. Would you please come forward? Excellent. Thank you for being here this evening. And we want a special thank you to Assemblywoman Blanca Rubio for the $25 gift cards that made a real difference with our families this holiday season. The happiness and gratitude from our families was a testament to your care for the entire West Covina community. Thank you.
Couple more.
And next, we have Suburban Water Systems. We have, Christopher Kin from Suburban Water Systems. Please come forward. Chris, we'd like to personally thank you for your donations for the 20 turkeys, which brought so many smiles to our families as they enjoy special meals together with their loved ones. Thank you for your ongoing support to our families over the last few years and for the entire West Covina community during the holiday season. Thank you so much for all you do.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, and last but definitely not least, we have Covina Sky Zone. We have Olivia Hawkins and Jason Torres. Please come forward. So we'd like to really thank Covina Sky Zone for the 12 boxes of toys that brought laughter and pure joy to our students these holidays. The smiles on their faces when the students received their gifts at our annual holiday event was a testament to their happiness you shared this holiday season. We want to thank you for your ongoing support in your second year in supporting our students and families, and the West Covina Unified is greatly thankful to you. Thank you.
One, two, three.
Appreciate
I just want to piggyback on all the congratulations and all the thank yous. It's such a great honor to have these partnerships, and like was mentioned earlier, it does take a village, and all of these people here that are surrounding our kids, our families, all of the stakeholders involved really make a difference, and future leaders are in our hands. So I thank you and I honor you for being such a tremendous impact on our students and our families. So thank you all for that. Dr. Flores?
So at this time, we have our school highlight, West Covina High.
Good evening, Dr. Lopez, Board of Trustees, Superintendent, Dr. Flores, Executive Cabinet, and audience. Thank you for this opportunity to provide you an update on West Covina High School, home of the Bulldogs.
Yes!
Since my last report, our enrollment has been steady, even though high schools around us have declined significantly. This speaks to our innovative programs. For example, we've launched a new business academy where students can learn business management and entrepreneurship. We focused on our academic competition teams as we launched 3 new teams this year: HOSA, Health Occupation Students of America, Mock Trial, and Model United Nations. These teams add to our current teams in academic decathlon and FIRST Robotics. Our focus on academic competitiveness has elevated our students into top-tier universities. Our acceptance rate to UCLA is 12%, while our neighboring school down the street on Cameron is 7%. We're proud of our 6-year full accreditation from the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. We earned silver honor roll from advanced placement, moving us from bronze this year.
Yes!
The College Board awarded us the Access Award for increasing AP participation for all students to close the achievement gap. And 2 years ago, we started the AP Advanced Placement Institute to focus on our academic potential. And our students exceeded expectations. The results are incredible. Our AP students increased from 470 to 640. Our AP exams given grew from 1260 to 1600 this year. And our AP diplomas, we gave 5 last year. We're projected to award 70 this year.
Yes.
And the AP diploma is similar to the IB diploma in that students have to meet rigorous requirements, placing them in the top 1% of graduates in the US. Advancement via individual determination. 10% of our student population is in AVID, and thanks to your generous support of having AVID at the middle schools, we see our students having greater success because of this articulation. 100% of our AVID students get accepted into 4-year college. With their generous support, we hire tutors to provide tutoring during the day. Many of our AVID students are first-generation college students, and so the AVID program helps close the achievement gap. Beyond academics, 40% of our students are involved in athletics. This year, we launched girls flag football, and one of our athletes, Caitlin Vicario, was selected as an all-star to play in the Chargers game. And of course, you all have heard of Becky Osorio. She's a phenom. She is a 3-time state finalist in girls cross country, and this year she made school history by placing 7th in state finals, making her the 7th fastest girl in Division III in California. In addition, our esports team also competed in state finals and won a state CIF championship. All of this is only possible because of your support and your generous support in providing us state-of-the-art facilities, so thank you. Our Performing Arts Academy, PAA, continues to thrive, attracting students from beyond our district. Thanks to your support, we offer one-on-one coaching, and our first graduating class made waves on a networking trip to New York. Alumni like Juliana Othmer are now excelling at prestigious institutions like the USC School of Music. The upcoming Performing Arts Center, we believe, will serve as a beacon for the arts in our community. Okay, at West Covina High School, Bulldog spirit is second to none. Our Bulldog Nation filled hundreds in our stands and was voted one of the best student sections in Southern California. BNN Bulldog News Network earned first place at a national broadcast competition. Culinary program, which is home to 200 students. We run our own restaurant, student-run restaurant at our campus. Over 700 students are involved in 65 plus clubs on our campus. Run and supported by our 4 leadership classes, and you've met our presidents here, and they're amazing. And at this time, it's my pleasure to present to you a video created by one of our juniors in digital media, Junior Belinda Parra, who created this for you to celebrate our vibrant student life. And of course, none of this would be possible without the support and love and dedication from our faculty and classified staff. We just want to take this time to thank them. And now it's my pleasure to recognize and highlight one of our classified members. I would like to call up Mr. Mike Sherman. Mike. Mike is a SPED instructional aide. He is so good with our students one-on-one, and he teaches our students to love reading. He's also our girls basketball team photographer. He's a Marine Corps veteran, served as an electrical engineer in the Marine Corps, and he knows how to code and fix anything. So he just helps around campus, and we just love the fact that he's part of our Bulldog family. We just wanted to recognize you and say thank you, and just wanted to show our appreciation. Thank you, Mike.
Covina.
Anyone else from West Covina?
Yeah, don't be high.
I think you need to lift your hand.
I'm here in makeup.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1. Perfect. Thank you.
2 and 3.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to pass this over to my colleagues. If there's any comments or any discussion you'd like to add to these celebrations.
To the community groups that are still in the audience, I'm not sure who's still left. I want to say thank you. This is one of the highlights of the meeting for me. I love seeing all the community support and participation because it really does take everyone doing a piece and then it makes it so much better. And to see our students then thrive, not only in school but beyond, is just incredibly heartwarming. So thank you to the community groups who support us. And to West Covina High, that was so exciting. Thank you for the video. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yes. It was so exciting to see the work, and thank you, AP Capstone. That's where my heart is at. You know that, Dr. Park. So I was so enthused to see that the numbers are up at 70, and to see the enrollment so incredibly steady. That was exciting. And students, thank you for all the work you do, because you kiddos are the ones who run the clubs. You run the spirit. So thank you for getting involved. So thank you for being here. Thanks for the presentation. And yes, go Bulldogs. I have 2 of my own, so.
Thank you. Mr. Flowers?
Yes, as my colleague said, Mr. Minnie said, West Covina, tonight's our spotlight is on West Covina, so all of our schools do such a great job. But since it's on West Covina, also I just passed by the other day, and the grass is so beautiful over there. My God, you know, it's a what can I say? It's beautiful. But also, I'm so proud of what the community is doing. Not just for our school district, but it's for the community as all. Everybody giving themselves up to, you know, to help those who are less fortunate than others. You know, not only, you know, it's so pleasing to us and to the board and to the district as a whole, but, you know, God is pleased. So that means more than anything. So, you know, to all of you just donating your time and giving times back to the community as a whole, whatever you do to the district, you know, thank you so very much. And also, I just want to say that, I'll just say it later. So thank you, West Covina, for what you're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Flowers. I just want to give a shout out to West Covina High. AVID is I love AVID. It is one of the components that I found that my own children attended West Covina High School, and they were participants in AVID. And it's nice to hear that the percentage shows and reflects our kids using those wicker skills and wickerized lessons and participating in colleges and getting into colleges. So I know it was very impactful for my own children, and it's so nice to hear that 100% of our AVID kids are moving on to higher education. So I applaud. Like I said, it takes a village, and our students definitely become facilitators and owners of their learning with the support of all of the educators and administrators there. So thank you, West Covina. Go Bulldogs. Awesome job. Thank you, Dr. Parks. Oh, yes, go ahead.
I just want to add one comment to the students. I just remembered this with my own daughters. For those of you students, when you, from any of our schools, by the way, because Edgewood has incredible spirit over there too, to see how it's also evolved, all of our schools, but when you go off to college, take your yearbooks. My girls found out that no other schools across the nation, because remember my kids went on the opposite end of the country, could hold a candle to our rallies, to our school spirit, to all the things that were done. So take it with you and show it off. Show off the fun rallies, the fun activities. It'll give you even more pride in the school that you're at, whether it be Edgewood or whether it be Coronado or Mecca or West Covina High. I'm passing that tip along because they were embarrassed their first year, and when people started to see, oh my God, you did this, you did that, and they were like, oh, that's it. Look what we do. So I'm passing that along since we got kids in the audience, a whole bunch of you all. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I'll pass it along to Dr. Flores.
We're just so very proud of West Covina. What a wonderful place for any child, any adolescent. West Covina High offers something for every type of student, and whether it's academics or extracurricular activities, there's so much going on there. So thank you to the staff for everything you do for our students every day, and thank you to our students and our parents for trusting in our school. All right, moving on. So tonight we have a presentation from our Ed Services Department on Ethnic Studies course offerings and the work that's being done in that area. So Dr. Taratori.
Thank you, Dr. Flores. So good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Flores, of course, our cabinet, distinguished guest. So tonight I am going to present on the proposed integration of ethnic studies into the English 10 and English 10 honors courses. So first I'd like to provide a little context on this topic. Assembly Bill 101 requires that high school students complete a semester-long ethnic studies course or receive the curriculum within an existing English or social science class. So this mandate applies to the graduating class of 2029-30, and districts must begin offering this course the 2025-26 school year, which is next year. So when you look at the curricular components, the State Board of Education has adopted a model curriculum or framework to guide districts with this process. And what the framework does is it highlights contributions of Black, Latino, Native American, and Asian American communities in shaping American society. So the overarching goal is to deepen students' understanding of the diverse histories, cultures, and to foster critical thinking and inclusivity. So when considering a semester-long standalone elective course versus the integrated option, we've taken a very inclusive approach to the process. And we've solicited input from our English 10 teachers and also invited them to participate on a committee with a focus on this topic. Our administrators have been included in these discussions, and we've also obtained guidance from the California Department of Education and also LA County Office of Education. So after careful consideration and deep discussion, we determined that offering ethnic studies as a standalone elective presents a myriad of challenges. So when you look at the scheduling complexities, a semester-long standalone course would require students to also enroll in additional course second semester. So any additional coursework that we do offer students could make it more challenging for them to complete all the graduation requirements within 4 years. And potentially there'd be increased cost for hiring additional teachers to implement both the standalone class and also the corresponding second semester class. And perhaps what's most important is we as a district, we've made huge investment into developing high interest electives into career technical education, such as culinary and Cisco and video production, programs such as speech and debate, visual performing arts, programs like AVID, advanced placement, IB, international baccalaureate, and dual college enrollment. And we'd also like to offer esports as an A through G college prep elective next year as well. So all of these are very popular courses that students might not be able to take if ethnic studies becomes a standalone course. So after extensive discussion with a variety of stakeholders who I've mentioned and carefully evaluating both options, we found that integrating ethnic studies into English 10 and English 10 honors offers numerous advantages that best serve the interest of our students. All students already take English 10 to meet the high school graduation and A through G college admission requirements. Much of the existing English language arts curriculum aligns with the ethnic studies model frameworks. Course outlines have already been approved by the University of California Office of the President and are available for our reference. And we have neighboring districts that have taken this approach, are going to take this approach: Anaheim, Azusa, Hacienda La Puente, and Santa Ana, are just a few. So with regard to the implementation timeline and process, so this encapsulates the last 6 months or so. The committees worked diligently to develop the course outlines and align both new and existing materials with the Ethnic Studies framework, and their goal was to seamlessly integrate English 10 standards with the Ethnic Studies curriculum, ensuring that both are represented and enriched. For example, students currently read "I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter" by Erica Sanchez. So moving beyond just that traditional literary analysis, this text will now serve as a resource to explore historical events and connections to contemporary Mexican American culture and issues currently impacting the community. Similarly, there's another book entitled "A Raisin in the Sun" by Lorraine Hansberry, and they're currently reading this as well. And this could be used to deepen students' understanding of the African American experience, focusing on the civil rights movement. So those are just a couple examples. Throughout this process, professional development has been a priority to ensure that teachers feel both confident and comfortable and prepared to teach this curriculum. So they participated in a multicultural educational training last November, and we have additional trainings that we're looking at send folks to this spring and also this semester. And release time will also be provided for planning and collaboration to develop pacing guides, assessments, assignments, and also pilot new materials. And with our commitment to inclusivity and transparency, the District Curriculum Advisory Committee just met last week and unanimously recommended the English 10 with Ethnic Studies course outlines for board approval. Now, per Assembly Bill 101, an important step in this whole process is a presentation of the English 10 with Ethnic Studies courses to the Board of Education for consideration, and that's what we're doing this evening. Should you choose to approve the courses, that would take place at the next meeting in February. And the course outlines would be submitted to UCLP for A through G certification, and full implementation of the courses for all 10th grade students would begin in the fall. And then looking at next year, ongoing evaluation, possibly more training and collaboration would occur with a focus on continual improvement as we implement the new courses. So in closing, by integrating ethnic studies into English 10, we think we can meet the state requirements and enrich our curriculum and uphold our district's commitment to equity and excellence. Thank you.
I'll open this up to my colleagues for discussions or any questions.
I have no question, but thank you for that report. Is it possible that I get a copy of that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Can we get a copy of that report?
Of the...
What you just read?
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
Thank you, Mr. Flowers. Ms. Eileen Miranda-Jimenez.
Thank you. I'm very pleased that we are integrating it because it is very true. It's difficult to try and balance the schedule
So I'm really pleased, and I know it's not just gonna stop with our 10th graders. We're gonna find ways to make sure many grade levels and much of our curriculum can weave, I'm assuming. What is gonna be our evaluation tool, or how are we gonna evaluate that we're being effective? I know the mandate doesn't necessarily require that, but what are we looking at what have you all discussed?
Well, we're looking at a number of things. I mean, there's obviously the assignments, the projects, things like that. We're looking at how to get out in the community as well and really kind of tap into the culture, the history of the district. So I think that's really the standards. I mean, obviously meeting the requirements of the framework, but we're looking at those opportunities to make this kind of as interactive as possible with our community. So.
Okay, very good, thank you. And again, thank you for this model. I'm very pleased that we're going this route.
Thank you. As I'm looking, I just want to commend, looking in the hard work and the drafts that has gone behind this. I really find great value and appreciation that they're tying in and making it very explicit that reading, writing, listening, and speaking have been at the forefront of this work and the framework development. I think it's a great step moving forward. I would just like to get more information of the difference between the honor course and the regular course, as our students will be enrolled with 2 options here. So, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to give me all the details now, but if we do go ahead and my colleagues and I do approve this draft, if we can have just a little more feedback on what that will look like.
Sure.
Thank you.
Definitely.
And thank you for all of that information. It's very specific.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you. And thank you to you for your leadership, but you know, we have a committee that is part of this, so thank you to the committee for really working together to ensure that we are very thoughtful in how we move forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr.
All right, that will take us to the hearing session. I'll start with my colleagues. If you have any reports or anything you'd like to share with us.
Okay, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. I know many communities are still celebrating New Year and will be through February, so Happy New Year to everyone. I also want to thank the team, Dr. Flores, along with all the staff, all of our teachers, everyone, and all the emergency response that went out across the district. We did have schools that lost power. We have teachers that were affected, a staff that was affected by the wildfires. So we have and I really appreciated the emergency response resources that are on our website. So that also was excellent. Thank you so much for that. And for anybody who knows anybody that's been affected, take a look. You can send them to our website to take a look. There's a lot of excellent resources that, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Flores, I think is being updated in real time to try to make sure that we stay on top of it. I also want to say, I want to follow up. I told you all last month in December that the Social Security Fairness Act was coming before Congress, and it did, and it passed. And on, yes, that was huge. That was huge. On January 5th, it was signed into law. And it is called the Social Security Fairness Act. It is no longer HR blah, blah, blah. It is the Social Security Fairness Act, and as we know, that is going to be huge for our staff. For many other professions, yes, but huge when it comes to education. So I just wanted to pass that along for anybody who did not know that, and for the public that may be listening. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Flowers.
Yeah, thank you for that report. As a matter of fact, that that affects me. So I was glad to get it. So, but I want to say Happy New Year to you guys. Y'all look so wonderful, as you always do. And I'm gonna steal some of Miss Janet thing, because I won't hear from the board. Look, she's gonna do it, but you guys have to be involved in this blood drive. You have to be involved in the blood drive. What a great thing that the CSEA is putting on. I don't want to steal her thunder, but I would be also there getting blood. So thank you for what you're doing, CSEA, and you guys are doing. I definitely would be there giving blood. This week is MLK Day, so I invite you guys to come out to the city event Monday, 11 o'clock.
Civic Center?
Yes, the Civic Center. So that's it. I just want to say also, I meant to tell the UCLA that 12% rate. Man, that's outstanding, man. 12% of students get accepted to UCLA. Man, West Covina, you rock. You rock. That's it for me for now.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to our students. I'll start with, well, up here on the dais, Alejandro from West Covina High School.
Hello. Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Flores, Cabinet, and guests. Before I begin, I would just like to say Happy New Year to everyone. And starting the second semester, we held our Winter Club Rush last Friday during lunch, which showcased over 20 clubs and gave the opportunity to our Bulldogs to sign up for clubs that interested them. This week, Link Crew is busy with their sophomore week, celebrating the class of 2027 and all of their accomplishments with various events such as handing out bubbles and candy. Additionally, we have the University of Laverne offering on-the-spot admissions to our seniors tomorrow, and Azusa Pacific University as well next Wednesday. And that same week, our high school musical, Hadestown, is happening from January 23rd to the 25th, and our Performing Arts Bulldogs have been working very hard since the beginning of the school year, so if anyone would like to come, we would love to see you there. We also have our 8th grade rally on January 31st to welcome the 8th graders from San Jose, Walnut Grove, Edgewood, and Holland Crest to show them all of what West Covina has to offer. And with that, this concludes my report. I would like to thank you for your time and attention. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. And we'll move on to Edgewood High School.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Flores, Cabinet, and guests. As I was unable to attend December's meeting due to coming down with the cold and the flu, I will be reporting on November and December activities held at Edgewood High School. On November 1st, our World Languages, Visual and Performing Arts, and CTE departments all collaborated to bring Edgewood a Dia de los Muertos celebration with cultural dances, foods, and altars displayed during lunch. Our Edgewood choirs collaborated with West Covina High School, putting on a choir clinic, each class sharing pieces that they have been practicing, filling the room with their incredible talent and energy. On November 17th, two of our Edgewood teachers, Mr. Michael and Mrs. Matern, were announced finalists for the 2025 Educator of the Year Award for Region 8 by the California League of Educators. On November 18th, our IB Career Pathway juniors visited Orangewood Elementary to teach second graders about working collaboratively and the importance of leadership, partnered with Chick-fil-A on their 1,000 Books campaign. Edgewood's December showcases were plentiful, from our Edgewood choirs performing their Winter Solstice themed showcase, our band classes performing what they've been working on at their showcase, and our wonderful IB and CTE dance classes performing their Winter Dance Showcase. The season was filled with incredibly talented students showcasing their skills. Coming back from winter break, many students were worried about those who have been affected by the recent California wildfires, and seniors Jocelyn Saroff and Calliope Bays are organizing a canned food drive lasting 2 weeks and completely open to all of West Covina, where proceeds will go to the LA Food Bank and will be distributed directly to those impacted by the wildfires. Donation boxes will be found in any English classroom in Edgewood or in our Edgewood Schools offices. This concludes my board report. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move over to Coronado High School, please.
Good evening, Board of Education, Cabinet, and guests. We have a lot going on at Coronado this semester. Our brand new speech and debate team has taken off, and students are quickly developing their skill in writing, building confidence in speaking in front of others, and working as a part of a team. Coronado is preparing to send students to compete in Minneapolis at the end of January, so stay tuned. On January 24th, students will participate in a study trip to Mount Sac to attend the Non-Traditional Career Day, featuring speakers and sessions exploring non-traditional business and career paths. Basketball season is underway with our season opener against Mount Olive on January 23rd. Go Cougars. We are in the process of nominating Coronado students to participate in the Kaiser Permanente Summer Youth Employment Program, an 8-week paid internship for prospective pre-health students. This is a great opportunity for students who are interested in a career in healthcare. I had a chance to participate in this program this last year, and it was a great experience. And next month, our counselor, Ms. Cruz, will host our first event FAFSA workshop to help families with the financial aid application. This includes my board report. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll move over to Mecca.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Flores, Cabinet, and guests. I'm happy to be here once again, and it's nice to see you all well. I hope everyone had a good break and a much-needed rest. This semester, we're looking forward to a lot of fun events in the month of January. To begin, we recently had our senior panorama and first link crew activity of the semester to connect with freshmen. Our panorama went well, and so did our link crew activity, with freshmen enjoying free nachos and games. This week at our school is Kindness Week, with each day having its own activity to promote kindness throughout our school. Today's activity was to make origami, write a nice note on it, and give it to a friend. So I challenge all of you to try this out as well. Moving on, next Friday, the 24th, will be our celebration for being named a Blue Ribbon School. All the students are excited and proud of their hard work. For sports, basketball is starting up this week with tryouts today and hopefully a first game soon. To end off the month, we're going to be watching Spider-Man Homecoming in our NPR for a relaxing night on the 30th. Thank you for your time, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, students. It's always so exciting to hear what's happening on campuses there. I'll pass it along to Dr. Flores.
Actually, we have two cabinet members who have something to say tonight, so we'll start with Dr. Pasalacqua.
Thank you. I'm so proud to share the way our staff responded to the last 2 weeks. And I want to recognize some special people that really made sure our students had a safe place to come to school during all this chaos and fed 2 meals a day and all those things. I had the opportunity to visit every campus, but specifically the 2 campuses that were without power last week. But before I get to that, I first want to thank Mr. Payton and all of our facilities and maintenance and grounds crew, because they have been working almost 24 hours a day the last 2 weeks, making sure that all of our campuses are clean and safe before people arrive to school. I also want to thank Mr. Wilds and all of our bus drivers, because they made sure that regardless of the situation and the weather, they found a way to get our kids to school. And then last but not least, Miss Ulola and all of our cafeteria staff, what a wonderful job they did. But I want to recognize 2 in particular at our 2 schools that did not have power at Vine. Loretta was amazing. I was there first thing in the morning. She had a full cafeteria, no power, no lights, and she was happy to greet the kids like a normal day to make it start out great. I always remind our bus drivers and cafeteria staff at the beginning of each year that they're gonna decide how great of a day each kid has, because they're the first one to greet them every day. And Loretta did a wonderful job. She just had a smile on her face. She said, everything's fine, we need to feed these kids, and it was great. And then I got a chance to go over to Monte Vista and see Cindy, who's our cafeteria manager over there. They didn't have power till about 9:30 or 10, and same thing. She said, you know what, we handled it. The kids were great. They were happy to have a nice meal. So I really want to make sure we recognize them, because it doesn't happen without them. We do a lot behind the scenes in business services, but that's what we're there. Everything we do is to make school better for kids, and we do that by doing what they did these last 2 weeks. So I just want to thank all of them. Thank you.
Ms. Knudsen?
Well, I think I mentioned it prior to the holiday, but it's official. We have 3 brand new state preschool programs here in West Covina that opened. So they opened. I know that's been a vision of the board for many years, and I really want to thank Dr. Edlin, as well as Dr. Williams. They were very hard to put things in motion. The classrooms, when they're state preschools, there's a lot of requirements. And having done that in my former life, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of signing off on things. And it wouldn't have been possible without Dave Larkin. I'll be honest with you. He was instrumental in getting those rooms up and running. And when there was one issue, one tiny thing they would find, before they even got out the door, he had already had someone over there to fix it. So we welcome the children on campus, and so when next time you visit and you see super little ones, those are our preschoolers. So thank you for your support.
That's great news. Actually, Ms. Knudsen, can you share the special the number of students that are, because we have a grant to be able to bring our students together?
We do. So each classroom has, I believe it's 8 slots that have been set aside that Dr. Williams and her team can use to allow for our students with special needs to come in and have inclusive opportunities. But there's also a great deal of funding to provide extra equipment that is unique for those students. Adaptive equipment, hearing equipment. So right now we're working with some of our families who have been waiting for that opportunity. And we'll continue, we still have funds available, and we'll continue to see modifications made to the classrooms and playgrounds for that purpose.
Thank you.
And if you recall, that funding is made possible because our own Dr. Edlin wrote for that grant, that grant, so thank you.
Reminder, the programs are at Cameron, West Cove, and Vine.
Okay, thank you. And as for me, first and foremost, you know, like everybody else, I think one way or another, we've all been impacted by the fires, directly or indirectly. Almost all of us probably know somebody or have a family member who has been displaced or has lost their home. So hearts go out to those people who are suffering the most. Some of our own staff members were displaced, so hearts go out to them. And I thank our staff for surrounding them with a lot of love and support as well. I want to also thank our staff for coming together and under very difficult circumstances, and circumstances where we really didn't know. It's been more on, okay, what's going to happen? Is the fire coming this way? How do we adjust? And everybody being so professional and so wonderful, and really doing whatever it takes, all hands on deck, to make sure that we take care of the needs of staff, of our students and our staff as well. I'm very proud of the work that was done by staff over the weekend. There were a number of people who were working on this resource page. One of the things that we noticed is that as families, and we saw this all over social media, if you want this, go to this website. If the so-and-so is providing this group's providing that. For legal aid, go here. And the information was everywhere. So we decided to actually pull on those resources and have a page that brings everything together. This is a living document, and it's something that is being updated every day. As soon as we hear of a resource, it gets added. And we're also checking on some of the resources that we put up earlier, if they're still live. So thank you, staff. You know, the devil's in the details, and it took a lot of work to get that done. With that being said, I also want to recognize that there's been a lot of good work that has been done in this district, and just thanking everybody as we come back in January. Who would have known that this would happen in January? We're also happy to welcome 2025. But you know what? I feel very confident that when we come together and make decisions that are in the best interest of our kids, looking at all the variables, you know, there's a lot of pressure. Close schools, leave schools open, all of those things, and it's a lot to weigh. And as we weigh those options, just keeping in mind, is this supporting our students? Is this supporting our staff? And so some of these decisions at times are controversial, but they're all done with good intent. And so thank you, everybody. Also want to, lastly, I want to say thank you to all those people who actually submitted a recipe for our first annual holiday recipe page. And we hope that you enjoyed it, and maybe next year we'll get even more recipes. So that's the end of my report. Thank you, Dr. Lopez.
Thank you. I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Flowers.
Yes, I want to ask Dr. Drew a question. Just a couple of updates that people have asked me about. When are we going to do grand opening for Holland Crest?
Pardon?
Holland Crest.
The gymnasium it's mostly done. We're working on some delays with the fire road that surrounds the building.
Are they using it now?
No,
Okay,
they
somebody
can't use
told
it
me.
yet.
Okay,
We'll
somebody told me that,
let
but
you
okay.
know when they can use
Okay,
it.
and when would West Covina?
Right now, we're looking at August for the pack. We have about 40 workers there every day working as fast as possible. The last roadblock we had are the giant glass windows in the front, and they brought on the materials last week, and they started installing those.
And last but not least, I want to thank Dr. Eaglin also because the grant writer. And you got one for Hearst Ranch, almost 10 grand for us. So on behalf of the Hearst Ranch and the board, and I think I sit on that board, so we want to say thank you for the great work you're doing not only for the district but outside the community as well. So thank you very much. That's it. I'm sorry.
Great. No, thank you. I wanted just to share that today, Governor Newsom signed the Executive Order N-6 and 25 to expedite assistance for students and schools in the Los Angeles area that have been impacted by the recent ongoing devastation caused by wildfires. The order will allow suspension of multiple state rules to let displaced students attend schools outside of their district, an easier path for damaged schools to use temporary facilities, and ways to help schools avoid penalties for not meeting minimum school year requirements. It is also directed with state agencies to work with damaged schools to develop plans to serve displaced students and rebuild. Again, as Dr. Flores had shared, our school district has been very hard at work to getting this site with all the resources for our families, but throughout our community. So we had discussed, hopefully that we have students that can join us in this time of, this devastation and have either online access or have in-class instruction during this time that they're rebuilding. So I did want to share that executive order. So thank you. That'll move us on to items from the floor. Ms. Eileen Miranda Jimenez, would you mind reading the rules behind the speakers or guidelines, please?
Sure. Please submit a request to address the board form prior to the meeting. Not more than 3 minutes are to be allotted to any one speaker, nor more than 20 minutes on the same subject. This portion of the agenda is for presentations to the board and not a question and answer period where the board enters a dialogue. If you have questions for the board, please provide the board president with a copy, and an administrator will provide answers at a later date. Public comments beyond 30 minutes will be at the discretion of the board president.
Thank you. Before we do announce our speakers, students, you are excused if you'd like to leave and take care of school items, and you are welcome to stay, but thank you for the reports and have a great evening.
Thank you.
And Ms. Kelly, whenever you're ready.
Sherry going?
Good evening to the board, Board of Education, Dr. Flores, teachers, and guests. I do want to thank you very much for that resource hub. I have at least 4 friends that I know of so far that have lost their homes, because that's my hood over there. I'd like to address the district's communication to parents and teachers. And also, I just want to start under the About Us on our website. On the website that with the district, the second paragraph, it states, by offering a variety of placement options, flexible course scheduling, small class sizes, and more student attendance days, the district can meet the educational needs of students and ensure they are prepared for college and career success. That statement speaks volumes, even if untrue, about class size. Neighboring districts' class sizes are smaller than ours. 30 in K2 and 32 in 3-5 is not smaller. I don't even have enough cubby space. Like, they don't even make them that big. They only have so many, and I have to have little containers, tubs to put their work in because there's no place for them to go. In regards to the parent square communication about the wildfires, we had parents asking us teachers about what was going on with their sites, of which we could not answer. Even if you don't have the answer or know how to respond, reaching out with a simple acknowledgement speaks volumes. It lets parents know they matter. It's just a simple common sense and courtesy. As a teacher, we seem to be the last to know about everything. Unless you're a teacher with a student in the district, we have to wait for it to trickle down to us before we get official communication. So that's my piece. Thank you.
David Ramirez.
Hi, board. My name's David Ramirez. I'm actually a photographer for Edgewood Soccer. I don't know if you guys all heard about the incident that happened at Bassett last week. So there was an incident last week at Bassett. I was there. I ran out to the field. There was no security. The fans came out of the stands. The principal from Bassett really did not know what was going on. I kept yelling at her, I need you to call 911. I need you to call paramedics. They had nobody. Michael, our student, this is from his mom. So, give me a second. So basically he tore her. He had a breakaway. The kid blatantly, hit him in the knee, tore his ACL, pretty much all his knee. He's gotta have surgery now. MCL, ACL, whatever you can think of, he ripped. Right? I go out to the field, talk to the principal. I get a red card because I'm yelling at at the refs. The refs, we need better refs out there. You know, I don't know. I don't understand I don't know if what the policy is. If they're supposed to have security, somebody who actually knows first aid out there with the students if we're playing a soccer game. So I would like answers to that. I got a red card, so now I'm not allowed to take pictures or be on the field. So I would like to know why that was too. You know, so that I just think we need to protect our students a little bit more. You know, if we're going out there, no police showed up at Bassett. I asked the principal to call PD because it was a nightmare. Their stands came out of the field. They were all on the field. Their players. Their 3 coaches were actually choking our coach. Right? So, and then, you know, I'm asking for police and she's not doing anything about it. So, you know, I would like answers. Last thing, I know I got a minute left. We've been asking for lights out there. It is so dark. My boys played there, my first boy played there 4 years. My boy's been there, he's a junior now. We don't have lights. They keep complaining about the lights. They keep asking for lights. I know you guys actually rent out the field. You know, the track's being used every time. There's about, 50 travel ball teams that use the field. I don't understand how we don't have the money to put lights. They're always out. You know, we should actually have LEDs. The lights from the pool are actually brighter than the ones we have on the field. I don't know if you guys want to take a look outside. I mean, they're playing right now. You know, I should have been there. But it is really dark. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aaron Reed.
Good evening, board. I am Erin Reed, President of Teachers Association of West Covina. Good evening, Dr. Flores. Good evening, Cabinet. I did not write a formal speech tonight, so everyone hold on. I want to first and foremost let you guys know that CTA also has resources for any victims of fire. Dr. Flores, I will email that to you in the morning, but there are grants for educators who have been displaced from their homes, evacuated, or have completely lost their homes. So there are resources available to that, and I would love for you to put that up in the resource hub. So thank you so much for putting that together. That was, I personally sent it to some friends in Pasadena and Altadena, and they were beyond thankful because they were so overwhelmed. I'll get emotional thinking about it. It's a lot, so thank you. With that being said, I also want to thank the board and thank Cabinet for coming together to create a TA that I do believe is beneficial for our teachers. Just a few highlights. We have increased health and salary benefits for all employees. We have increased all stipends. You may not know this, but 60% of our educators that work in West Covina Unified receive a stipend. So that goes a very long way. So thank you. We did reduce class size for kindergarten. Thank you. And we now have, thank you, I cannot thank you enough, case management time for special ed. Special ed has been near and dear to my heart. Our educators were struggling with time, spending hours and hours and hours in the evening, and now they have time with case management to work on the things that we need to meet the needs of our most needy students. So thank you for listening. With that being said, this is a foot in the door. I am very proud of my teachers that have come and spoke about the needs of teachers. I believe we were heard, and I believe that you answered. And we're going to keep asking. Our needs are always changing and always growing. But I do want to thank you from the Teachers Association for a TA that I believe is, as president, is solid and one of the best TAs that I've seen in my tenure as an educator at West Covina. So thank you. And I'm also a Bulldog, so I'm very excited for the Bulldog presentation tonight. And a shout out to my teachers at West Covina High, because we could not have all of these achievements without the hard work of our teachers and staff. Thank you.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Flores, Cabinet, and guests. My name is Janet Anderson, and I am the president of CSEA Chapter 91. As Mr. Flowers had mentioned, we are doing a blood drive. We started this project prior to the wildfires, but now more than ever, it is pertinent. This is through Livestream Blood Bank, and the American Red Cross is actually borrowing blood from them because they do not have enough blood. So for every unit of blood that is donated, it saves 3 adult lives or 7 infant lives. So this is huge. This is also a fundraiser for our senior scholarship program. So those of you that are unable to donate blood, we would be receiving $10 per bag of blood donated for our senior scholarship. So if you're unable to donate blood for whatever the reason, you can also donate $10 towards our senior scholarship. But this will absolutely help the lives of people affected by the wildfires who may have been injured, who need the blood. So we'd appreciate all of the support that we can get. It's going to be next Wednesday, January 22nd from 8:30 to 2:30 right across the street in Edgewood parking lot at the Aquatic Center. And you can scan the QR code at the top of the flyer and schedule your appointment. It takes approximately 30 minutes. So thank you guys for that. And as you may remember, last year in February, we did the Have a Heart fundraiser, and all of those funds go towards our humanitarian fund, which is now offering $1,000 to any CSEA member that's affected by the wildfires. So they're eligible to apply. It's immediate $1,000, and then there's other resources such as hotel vouchers, food vouchers, and things like that through the member benefits page for any classified member up and down the state. As long as they're a union member, they can apply for those funds and get them immediately. But obviously, with the tens of thousands of people that have been affected, we will be looking to help replenish those funds in February with Have a Heart. So they will start at $1, $5, $10, and then $20 and above, and the heart will go up at a school of your choice, and the colors vary based on the range, and they will be displayed for the month of February. So anybody that would like to donate is welcome to do so, and if you could also donate blood to help victims all over the state of California right now who are in desperate need of blood. We are hosting a blood drive next week. So thank you guys so much. And last but not least, thank you for our tentative agreement and Mr. Seaman and his team and the hard work that went into that. After 9 months, we did pass RTA 174-9. So it was very clear from our members. They were very pleased. So thank you for everything and the collaboration that we have with you guys. We appreciate you.
Ms. Anderson, I signed up tonight, so I hope others follow suit.
Anybody wants to flyer?
Was that our last speaker, Ms. Kelly? Okay, perfect, thank you. Thank you everyone for being here and for sharing your thoughts and words with us. That'll move us to the organization, the agenda, and consent items. Is there anyone who will move this? Thank you.
I will second.
You'll second, thank you. Moved by Ms. Miranda Jimenez, second by Mr. Flowers. Is there any discussion or anything we would like to remove from consent?
No.
Okay. So it's been moved by Ms. Miranda Jimenez, second by Mr. Flowers, to approve the agenda and consent items for the regular meeting of January 14th. This is 11. Thank you. January 14, 2025. All those in favor, say aye, please. Aye. Which 3 out. 2 out, 3 here. Thank you. That'll take us to instruction 10. Oh, I'm sorry. 11C. Thank you. That'll take us to 11C.
There we go.
Thank you. That's getting us close to the end quickly. Thank you. All right, information report. Dr. Flores.
At this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Seaman.
It is my favorite agenda.
I said
item.
November was also my favorite
Yes,
agenda
I
item.
love this one, but I am happy to announce to the board that for the second quarter, there are no complaints under the Williams-Valenzuela Settlement Act.
Thank you, Mr. Seaman. All right, then that'll take us to information. Colleagues, is there anything that you would like to share or discuss before we adjourn? Great, thank you. I don't have anything either. Dr. Flores, is there anything?
The only thing I want to add to here is, as Ms. Miranda Jimenez actually said, we have our celebration for at Mecca for our Blue Ribbon School celebration, and that is, I believe, on the 23rd. Is that correct, Miss?
January
Okay.
23rd?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, the 24th.
24th.
24th, okay.
1:15 to 2:15.
Yes.
Thank you. 1:15 to 2:15.
Is it board appreciation week or something like that?
Well, I'm about to say, yeah, you're getting ahead of me.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I tried to be quiet.
Yes, so, each January, we celebrate and we recognize the work done by Board of Educations across our state. For us in West Covina Unified, for me, it's a great honor to celebrate our Board of Education. You know, this is, you're volunteers, basically, and you give up a lot of
But
your
where's my
time.
flowers?
They're being sent to
You
us
carry that
home.
every day with your name, Mr. Flowers.
You are volunteers and you give up a lot of your time and effort. One thing that I know about this board is that you're very much connected to the community, and that you are a huge advocate, and you're frequently on the phone messaging me or calling me about something that comes to your attention. And you know, I think that for those constituents out there who are wondering, what does our board do for us? The fact that each of our board members is such a huge advocate and is constantly in communication, that speaks volumes. It's not something that during, you know, as you're running for your seat, that you're being, you're connecting with the community. You're always connecting and representing the community. So we thank you for everything you do each and every day to put the needs of our students first, and ensure that the programs and the initiatives that we have in our district go to support kids. The other thing that I commend this board is for leading a district, guiding a district that is fiscally sound, and that is something that's a huge deal during these very difficult times as we see declining enrollment across our state. Our district has been able to stay fiscally solvent and very strong, and a lot of that I give the credit to you, because this is before I even got here. You've been very conservative and very strong in ensuring that at the end of the day we can take care of the needs of our students. So thank you so much for everything you do each day to support our schools. No flowers.
It is an honor, thank you.
You got Mike flowers.
We got you. So, some dates to remember. I just want to reiterate that January 24th, 1:15 to 2:15, we'll have our Blue Ribbon celebration at Mecca. Thank you for adding that, and a reminder. And please make sure that you visit our website for resources for all of the needs and any concerns that you might want to share with our community as well. So, there be no further business to come before the board. A regular meeting of January 14th is adjourned at 7:26. Thank you.